Today, I'm going to show you the brand new DJI Osmo or OM4 phone gimbal. Look at that! So as you're aware, the technology within phones are getting better with every single release, especially the camera and video quality. Now that means that a lot more people are taking videos and photos, professional videos and photos, with their phone instead of a DSLR camera or something like that. Because of that, companies and brands are coming out with accessories for your phone to help you increase the quality of your videos or your photos. Products such as lenses, apps, and gimbals. Now we all know that DJI is one of the leading brands when it comes to drones and gimbals and stabilizers, and this is no exception. But before I go out and do some tests with this and show you the results, I just want to give you a rundown of some of the features and what this thing can do. So first of all, when I got it out the box, immediately you can see that it's the typical DJI quality, and it comes with a bunch of accessories like this little tripod base, and it's just exactly the same as the base you would get on one of the normal DJI Ronin gimbals, and that screws on underneath there nice and easily, so you can hold the gimbal with either two hands like this, or you can separate the legs and use it as a base. It also comes with a little DJI Osmo pouch, which smells like, have you ever smelt tofu? It smells like that. If you've ever wondered what tofu smells like, it smells like this. Or if you're wondering what this smells like, it smells like tofu. So the way you mount the phone to the gimbal is with this magnet here, and it's got a really cool looking design. Look at that. It's a really clever design because you can get your phone balanced in the right place, and then you can just unclip it from the gimbal like this, and then it's it's going to be balanced exactly as it was before. So that's a really cool design. And then when you want to take this off, you just unclamp it from there, like so. So it's like a normal little clamp. You do actually move this little middle piece from side to side to get it perfectly in the middle. I did a video of the Zhiyun Smooth X the other day, and that just self-levels. There's no need to balance, which I think is a great feature. It saves so much time. But don't worry about this one because it's really quick to get going. It's not complicated, it's not fiddly at all. It's literally, as long as you get that in the middle or near enough in the middle, and then you can just move that side to side to get that in the middle, and then you're away. But if you don't want to keep taking off that clamp all the time, it comes with a more permanent fixture, which is this magnetic ring. And it comes with an alignment guide, so you put that over your phone and then you can stick that onto your phone if you want to. It's not as obtrusive as the clamp that goes around the side of your phone. So that's really cool. I'm not going to be using that because I don't want anything stuck to my phone permanently. But if you're using the gimbal all the time, then this is probably the way you'd want to go. So as I mentioned earlier, as soon as I opened the box, I could tell the quality was going to be good. It's the same sort of tough plastic that they use on the Ronin S or the SC gimbals. So really, really nice feel. The design of this ergonomic grip is really comfortable. It's got a nice little rubber bit there with the logo, and it just fits in your hand perfectly. And then you've got a little trigger there for sport mode or lock. So you can lock the phone in place like that when you press and hold. Then you've got these controls here. You've got a joystick, so you can tilt the phone up and down and pan left and right as well. When you want to, for example now, if it's out of line, double tap the trigger and it sends it back to the center position. Then we've got the record button. Now this baffles me. I know we're in 2020, but still, Bluetooth, what is it? What's going on? How can it be that I can press a button here and something happens on the phone without plugging anything in? What is going on? Anyway, it's incredible. So I love that. I love the fact that you can press record here without having to tap the screen. And then we've also got zoom on the side. Now that is the only thing that I feel like is in an odd place. So if you do want to use the zoom feature, you're probably better off holding it with two hands and then changing your position of this hand to be able to zoom with that. Everything else is perfect. Press the mode button twice and it switches between horizontal and vertical mode. And it's just seamless, look at that. No need to rebalance whatsoever. So that's perfect for things like Instagram stories. What I really like about this gimbal is the fact that it's a 3-axis gimbal. We've got the pan axis, we've got the roll axis, and we've got the tilt axis as well. So when we're walking around, we know it's going to be super smooth, because some of the 2-axis gimbals, they provide a lot of stabilization, but there's a little bit of like that up and down tilt motion. So this should eliminate a lot of that, so it should be super smooth. And I'm going to do some tests in a bit, so make sure you watch the rest of the video and that you don't miss any of the side-by-side tests. For example, if you need to rebalance the phone, or if you want to save a bit of battery in between your takes, then you can put it in standby mode. You press and hold the M button until it beeps once. Look at that. How cool is that? It flips upwards and rests your phone on top. It's really cool. And then these become loose, but it kind of stays in that position. It's incredible. And then you can wake it up again, press and hold till it beeps, and then you're back to normal. Go back to landscape mode. Look at that. It's just an incredible design. If I was doing a lot more vlogging on my phone, or if I was a videographer that used my phone a lot, this is the gimbal that I would use. Now, I've tried 3 just this week, and even though this is the most expensive one, this would be the one that I choose. Not just because of the name, it's the best quality, it's the best ergonomics, and it's the best app, which I'm about to show you. So let's have a look at the app. It's called DJI Mimo. I'm not going to go too in depth with the features within the app because it's not something that I would use a lot, but I'll show you the basics. I mean, for example, I'm not going to use the glamour effects where you can slim your face, just because I feel like it's a little bit gimmicky and I just wouldn't have the time to dial in all those settings every time, and I just wouldn't use it. I just want to use it to steady the camera basically and get some nice smooth shots. But the features are there if that's what you're after, and they are good, fun to play with, I suppose. You can set your resolution from here without having to go into your phone settings. It's a lot quicker. You can dial it all in straight from the app. So if you want to film in 1080 or 720 or 4K, you can change that on here. And then you can set your frame rate, so you can film in slow-mo. You can also change your ISO and your shutter speed as well to suit. So loads of control there, really good to have that all in one place. Obviously you can choose manual mode. If you're a pro videographer or photographer, it's great to have manual mode so you can dial in the exact settings that you want. We've also got follow mode. What I really like about this is that you just tap and drag around your subject with your finger on your phone screen, and it draws a box around whatever it is you want to follow. I'm going to keep the gimbal where it is and move my face, and as you see, I'm not spinning the gimbal round. It's following my face, and it's moving and it's panning round. If I go up, it tilts upwards. If I go down, it tilts down. So clever. It's really responsive and it's very quick. Look at that. I'll do some more of these tests later on as well so you can see what it's like in a different environment. Awesome. Love that. Very handy, for example, if you've got the gimbal placed on a stand or stationary somewhere and you want to move around and you've got nobody else to film you, this gimbal will follow you. And we've also got sport mode, so you click, then hold, and it enters sport mode. So that's how quick it's moving at the moment. Put it in sport mode. There we go, so it's super quick now to follow whatever movements we're doing. Let go of the trigger and then it goes back to normal. You can see that nice and smooth. Sport mode, and then smooth. So one little thing that bothered me about this was if you want to change the mode and the way it works, you have to go into the app. You can't just press a button on the actual gimbal itself or on the joystick. You have to go in, or as far as I know, So let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. So you have to go into the app, click on the settings here, go over to gimbal, and then choose the follow mode. So you can choose, it's good, you've got loads of options. You've got follow, tilt locked, so I can lock the tilt there. And as you can see, it just stays parallel. We've got FPV, so that's gonna follow us on the roll axis as well. Really cool. But I would prefer it if we could do it using the joystick somehow or tapping a button on the front. So this thing is incredible. Love it. Feels so good. It's definitely the best phone gimbal I've ever tried. And it feels just like a normal gimbal, if not better, because it's super lightweight. So yeah, it's fun. It makes it fun. It makes vlogging with your phone or filming videos with your phone fun. Right, without further ado, I'm gonna go and meet Morgan again, and let's go and do some filming. So here we are. We're gonna test out the DJI OM 4. But Morgan has got some stuff to film for his channel as well. He's doing a comparison between a Canon Cine lens. Let's have it show us the box.
You can't see what's in it unless you come over to my channel.
Exactly, you're gonna have to go and watch that. I'd definitely, you know, it's interesting because people always talk about the quality of the Cine lens and how they look. Like they say it's got like a distinctive look, and obviously you're paying more. And I thought, yeah, you know, you're paying more because you're gonna get more features on the lens and stuff, and it's gonna be built better. It's gonna be very interesting to actually see the difference.
Because the price difference, this lens, the Cine lens, £4 grand.
£4,000.
£4 grand. And the other one is 100 quid.
So I'm definitely going to go and watch that video when he's done, because I want to see if there is a difference between image quality, like everybody says there is. I'm sure there is, but is it worth
what if there's not?
£4 grand difference? Well, what if there's not? Then I'm happy with my £100 lens. So let's do some tests. Right, so I've done some tests using the phone gimbal. It's incredible. So if you're vlogging with your phone and you're walking about and you find that it's very jittery, then it's definitely worth considering the DJI Osmo 4 because it just keeps it nice and stable. I've tried 3 this week, as I mentioned earlier, and this is definitely my favorite one. Even though it's a little bit more expensive than the others, it's definitely worth going for, especially if you're serious about vlogging or... That's noisy. Or doing videography with your phone. So highly recommend the DJI Osmo 4. We're packing up because we're going to film some more examples with the Cine lens. I have to say, it looks good, but there could be a twist to the tail.
Oof.
Again, we're not going to say too much. You'll have to go and watch Morgan's channel for that, but it's an interesting one.
It's so, you know what, so far, just looking at it in camera, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried that the 50mm STM, like this little 100 quid lens might even be better than a 4,000 quid lens.
My view is, especially like if you're just a one-man show and you haven't got people like a big production team pulling focus and stuff, probably more beneficial going for the cheaper lens that has got autofocus, because it's quite a lot of hassle with the big lens trying to manual focus all the time.
Oh yeah,
so,
sure.
I mean, personally, for a very little difference, I would go for the cheaper lens. But I have to say, it does look cool.
The lens looks cool, but is it worth the price just to have a cool looking lens rather than a cool looking image?
Yeah, is it worth it? Right, anyway, that's it for this one. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you, Morgan.
Later.